Right, done my electrics, well, at least put the 7-pin plug on. Yeah, so I just pull that out there, and then that will plug into my electrics. Magic. If I can get the cap back on with one hand. Yeah, let's leave it off. Ciao for now. Alright guys, right, what a nightmare. Right, I've been doing the electrics for the rear lights. Now, as most of you will know, American cars, they use a setup where you use the brake lights as indicators. So the indicators are actually red. They use the brake light, and it's all on the same wire. So basically, when you press the brake pedal, the brake lights come on. Then if you keep the brake pedal pressed and indicate, the left-hand brake light will start blinking on and off. It's absolutely bizarre setup. Now, if I'm towing this trailer with the Cadillac, it's fine, because I don't have to come under the legalities of having orange indicators, which is okay. However, if I wanted to tow the trailer with a normal car, then I need to be compliant, i.e. I need orange indicators. So that causes a problem, because whenever I'm hooking up, I need to be able to switch between the two. I was thinking of running 2 7-pin plugs and doing the wiring separately. However, I've kept one 7-core wire. So this is the end. Basically, the other end of this is your 7-pin normal connector that plugs into the tow socket. So I've put this on, which is a speaker connector, which gives us 2, 4, 6, 8 outputs. I only needed 7. So there we go. So that's the female end. So the male end, I have 2 now. So for the wiring for the lights, I've had to basically do some working out on how I could join the 2 together and split them, which was all well and good. One thing is, on the back there, in that light there is reverse lights on the standard setup, and your brake light is actually under there. There's a red lens on, so that's brake and tail light in there, and as I say, that was reverse. So I'm doing away with the reverse light on the trailer. I don't need it. So what I am doing is putting an orange bulb in as an indicator, which means this cable here that feeds that there is now running into here on a separate loom. So when I use the indicator, it'll actually send power to that orange bulb on either side. Great. But then we come on to the brake lights. So the brake lights, again, if I had individual indicators, if I didn't split the brake lights, when I indicated, as well as that indicator coming on, the brake lights would flash on both sides because they're interconnected. So I've had to put a jump wire on there, which when I'm towing, basically when I'm towing with a standard car, and I've got to be legal, I'll use one of these pins. I can't remember which one it is, but a pin, yeah. I will also have this wire here, which I'm going to put a switch on, yeah, and I'll have to mark it which way is on and off. Because what that'll do is then split the brake lights, and therefore they'll get their own individual feed from the Cadillac. When I'm towing with the Cadillac, basically I need these disconnecting, so the switch off. When I'm towing with a normal car, I need this on to give power to both brake lights. So I know it's complicating. It's took me hours to work out how I'm going to do it and do the wiring. Now I haven't been able to test it, so I don't know if actually my wiring loom is going to work, but I've done the best I can, and if it doesn't work, then it's back to the drawing board. So I basically just need to switch this, and that's it, and plug one of these into there for whichever one I need. Bit of a nightmare, but it's what I'm going to have to do. I mean, it's easy enough to do in here for the amount of times I'm going to be towing. As long as I know exactly, I'll mark these up when I know which one's which. you know, I'll just put a C on for Caddy and S for standard, and then again put my switch on, so I know it's off for Caddy and on for standard. Hopefully it'll work. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. All my soldering bits and all sorts, man. Jesus. Anyway, it's done. So I've got to cut the grass now before it rains. That's about it. Also, because I've got that battery in there now. Yeah, so the battery's in. That's added weight. Where else added weight? No, that was it really. That battery. So now I've lost all my nose weight. I'm pretty much on the balance now. Doesn't take much at all to lift this up. I've probably got about, I'll be lucky if I've got 10 kilograms of weight on there, if that. But as I say, it doesn't matter. I've got a little bit of extra weight to go on with the, well, I haven't. As I say, I can take that seat out easy enough, pop that in the boot, and then I can just, you know, put any stuff that I need to store on this side, and that'll bring the nose weight down, so it's not of concern. At least the thing's still not tipping backwards. But as I say, it doesn't take much to lift it up now. That's just one hand. But that can be sorted. Right, anyway, enough of my crap. Ciao for now. The saga continues. I'm now testing. I've got my Audi pulled up. I've plugged the 7-pin socket in, so I've got power just to test the electrics, and it's not working. Well, most things are. So in essence, I've got side lights working okay, brake lights on them. However, I don't know where to start, but basically when I've got side lights on, I'm getting power to both of these cables, which is making 2 side lights. Where just with side lights on, I should only get power to one, and then the other one should only come on when I press the brake, putting the other filament on, or element, and therefore making it brighter. But it's not, so I'm back into my wires now. I'm just trying to work out how I'm getting a feed up that second wire just on side light. I'll not bore you anymore. I'll persevere with this one. It's good taxing on my brain. Ciao for now. Right, good morning. It's all quiet, bro. It's all quiet. However, I have been in the garage for about probably 40 minutes. Yeah, I've just been taping up the wires again. Because obviously I stripped them off yesterday to have a look and see if there was any problems, but there wasn't. As I say, it was just that canny buzz. So I sorted that, taped them all back up, got my earth down to the bottom. I've used my Dana tape and put on 2 cable signs, so I've got CAD there. So when I'm towing with the Caddy, I'll plug that one into there. And then when I'm towing standard, that's not sexually transmitted disease, that stands for standard, I will plug it into there. And then this, as I said yesterday, just needs a switch on. So again, once I've got this boxed in, I'll have a little flapper here, that lifts up with a switch on, and again that'll be CAD or standard. Just to remind you, the reason I need to have a switch on this to basically break this connection, it's required when I tow with the Cadillac. So I switch this over to Cadillac, that'll break this connection. If I didn't, what would happen is when I indicate with the Cadillac left, this left hand side would flash, but also the right hand side would, because they have their own individual feeds for brake and indicator. So that's why I need to basically break that contact there, break that wire. Therefore it'll then indicate individually, and it won't be like a Christmas tree. So that's that neat install there, spot on. So for the rest of the day, I might get me polisher set up that I bought and start polishing up these stainless steel bits, trims. I've got loads to do, not just for this, I've got it for the main Cadillac as well. So yeah, might crack on with that. Little bit of a tidy up first, get all the electrical cables out the way, get that table put away. I just need to get some bit of wood actually to put behind when I start using the polisher, because I'll get a lot of splashback. Way right, chopping on. Right, tuning in from Chris Evans. Yeah, so I put some of that foam padding stuff down. What my mother and Ken got us. Yeah, I've got absolutely loads of the stuff. Yeah, it's waterproof. Yeah, so I've just put that down on the base for now, and then I'll be putting the wood over the top, just thin ply, to board all this out, because obviously I need to keep the weight down. So I'll get all that boarded out. I've had a change of plan for that battery, that's coming out of there. I'm just not going to be able to get it squared off down there. It's going to stick out. So I'm going to do away with that. Plus it's adding a bit more weight to the back and off to the side as well, so it's sitting slightly to the right. So my plan is on that back here, if you have a look. So this shelf bit here, if you like, I'm going to extend that out just up to basically these points here across. So I'll put a bit of wood all the way across there. There's actually a hole there, so I'll be able to bolt it on. Just a bit of sparring across there. And then obviously wood across to meet it. And then the battery will sit in the middle, just push slightly back. I'll just have to extend the earth and power cable, but that's alright, I've got plenty of cable. Yeah, so it'll be sort of tucked kind of out the way. And as I say, it'll allow me to then board this out properly, nice and square. Yeah, so that'll be the plan for that. I don't know what sort of frame and material I've got, like 1x1 or out like that. I'll have to have a look, see what I've got, to start making at least a frame for this. Get all the framework bolted on where I can, or screwed on. Then at least when I do get my wood panels, it's just ready to cut the shape and screw on. So that'll be that. Right, jumping on. So happy days. I've just spoke to Ken, and he's gonna give us another board. That'll be 3 I own, 8x4 sheet. So I'll be able to get all this boarded out. Like, that'll be sorted. Be a good job. What I've got to do in the meantime, all this nice neat wiring that I've done has all got to come out. So the ones that I routed around the chassis, across, down and in, they're going to have to come back out and basically go through the rubber bung on that side to give us the wires on this side for that motor. So I'll have a set of wires coming up there, set of wires coming up there. That'll come out of here, and that's going to get mounted once this is boarded out. You can see I've already started with some framework, so I'll mount that, somewhere here once the panel lands on, and then the wires will just feed into that, which is great, because I mean this will just have a cover on it, if anything. Possibly nothing, doesn't matter, but at least then inside this boot I don't have to make like the panels detachable, and just put them on, screw them on, carpet them over, forget about it. And as I say, it's taking the weight out. The weight will be sat right over the axle basically. So yeah, it'll do away with all that. That'll be magic. Basically just the boot as a boot. Right, happy days. So plenty to crack on with. Ciao for now.